Oh man, it's like with each situation, bro. You just have to dive into those comments. You know what I'm saying? COS comments on story play, cosplay pod take. Yeah, let's hop into what people think about this. Might be an interesting one, right? Cosplay, let's do it.
See, now I'm finna lose my energy till I clock out. Nirvana. I don't need to, but I wanna. Swear to God, after I eat somebody dog.
Yo. Alright, diving straight deep into these comments. Hit subscribe and stay with us. That's it, that's all. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this was a W video. Straight up, let me just give that like right there. Hold on. What happened? Giving my like and you refreshing the whole thing. What's going on? What's wrong with niggas? Right? Alright. Of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. Woo! There you go. I can't even argue with that one. Of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice. Duh. And I feel like that actually ties. It kind of does tie into the point I was making. And it's only you. It's only your own understanding that can make the answers that you seek make sense, the most sense to you. You know what I'm saying? If that one still loses you, bro, I don't think this is the channel for you. You know what I mean? But I think, you know what I'm saying? I think you get it. You know who you are, man. You know what I'm saying? Only you can make the most sense to yourself as per like what what answers your environment gives you to specific problems and shit like that. So you getting to the point of talking to yourself and making yourself understand specific things that you gotta look at a certain way, and you might go through a little incident with somebody, whoever, right? And then maybe be a little reactive in the moment, but then when you like reflecting back on the moment, laying on your bed or whatever, in your car or whatever, like, and then you start like talking to yourself. And I feel like just mental activities, even in your mind, like you talk to yourself, right? It doesn't have to be like verbally out loud, but that's when like literally at those moments when you reflect shit back at yourself, that's that expert advice that we talking about. You know what I mean? I talk to myself because I'm the only one who listens to me. Yeah, that one too. I've been talking to myself since I was a kid. I'm the only one who actually understands how I think, and that's fine. Yeah, and I feel like that's the whole point of it, right? It's to distinguish the fact that, bro, like, my POV is always going to be different from yours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, because like if everybody thought the same, would the voice exist? Well, if it's the same voice in my head and the same exact voice that says the exact same things in your head as well, it's like, then what the fuck? We might as well just like be listening to this shit like from a loudspeaker, bro, because it's one voice. Like, why is it inside of my head and inside of your head if it's the exact same thing, right? So of course you're gonna be the only one that thinks the way that you think. And so, we could argue that, yeah, that's one of the reasons that the voice exists. Man. Let's get to, I talk to myself all the time. Long conversations about all my troubles and deepest feelings. Then I respond as if I were a trusted friend. I do this whilst on long walks and come back feeling calmer. Yeah, that's good. It's good. I mean, I jaywalk. I jaywalk, bro. Like, man, idea generation. Look, I'm not the opinions shared or the expressions shared on this channel is that of is not of the channel, but is that of the host and the guest, right? So I'm not even instigating that anybody do no type of jaywalking now, but yo, I like jaywalking. I know like smoking za is already an antisocial kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you add talking to yourself. Oh my god, I'm heaven sent at this point. Are you kidding me? I have full on conversations with myself. I just voice the thoughts in my head out loud and argue those points against what I know to be true. And it's easy to think clearly that way. Wait, what? Conversations with yourself, right? Yeah. Just voice the thoughts in my head out loud and argue. Yeah, I'm trying to think like what that kind of represents, right? Like as in you're making a point. Okay, that one might be fuck. I don't even want to say it out loud because I don't want to get, I'm not sure if it's TOS, right? But mental health, you know what I'm saying? Mental health, where it's like, that mental state of being where you could have, or where you can switch between multiple personalities. I think the movie, like according to the movie, is it Switch? No, Switch. Split, right? Split, the movie Split, if you know, you know. DID. There's this disorder. I don't know if it's a disorder. Dissociative identity disorder. You know what I'm saying? That one kind of like is teetering on that kind of zone, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Where it's like you raise a point in your own head. You raise a point, then you come back and argue it. Like, nah, I knew it was gonna be hot. Like, no, what do you mean, bro? Like, we checked the weather report. Like, nah, I knew it was gonna be like 68 degrees. Then why didn't you tell me? Like, huh? Okay, now, yeah, clearly there's something I'm not understanding, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of giving that. Again, bro, I feel like there is an aspect to this whole thing where a level of integration with yourself, bro, with certain aspects of yourself. A certain integration has to happen to a point where all aspects of you, like whether you're talking to yourself in, like, for whatever reason, right? But your entire, like, just, I don't know, your entire mentality, your body chemistry, your emotions, you know what I'm saying? They all are in one direction, though. You understand what I'm saying? You know, because now if you're arguing with yourself, it's like, where are we getting? You know? So yes, there are maybe aspects of you that feel a different way. I don't know, maybe subconscious aspects of you, right? That may say yes, 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 while consciously you're like, no, you know what, I'll pass. Maybe on the next date, not now. You know, so. But like your subconscious, like, come on, bro, what you doing? You feel what I'm saying? They're like, I feel like a certain integration needs to happen where it's like, yo, if it's a no, it's a no. Even the emotions need to understand what the mind has decided. Hello? You feel me? You know? Because now we arguing with ourselves, and then like, yeah, like I don't think it's a positive outcome from that, right? Talk to yourself to solve something. Talking to yourself to solve something is an essential part of the solo problem solving process. All my fellow introverts know exactly what I mean too. Solo problem solving process. No, look, man, like I'm getting into all of this understanding the fact that no one man is an island, right? No one person exists by themselves. Feel me? We all do need that helping hand. You know what I'm saying? We all do need that guiding voice. You know what I'm saying? We all do need that experienced mind that has lived before us and has lit the way with the torchy, and you know what I'm saying? No, that's true. Guys, boys. That's true. We have to accept it. But then again, at the same time, bro, I feel like even all of that, bro, even all of like the details and the data that your environment presents to you, aka in the form of people that are closest to you, people that do end up helping you, giving you that helping hand towards success. You know what I'm saying? Even people that contribute to your downfall, that in turn makes you wiser and choose your friends more smarter or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like that whole situation of things transpiring that in the ways that they do transpire. It's like, you know, only your inner sense, right, can make sense the best of every experience, right? Hence you put meaning to each experience, and that's why it makes sense. That's why you become a sane person, because you make judgments that are fit for you. I may be going around and I may be speaking gibberish to people who may just you know what I'm saying? Let me not do that. But let me stop there, because I may lose some people. Hold on. I don't speak to myself, I think out loud. Like I need to hear my own thoughts to check if they actually make sense. Yeah, that too, right? I literally have a sign in my house that says, "Of course I talk to myself. Sometimes I need expert advice." Oh yeah, that's part of the comment we just seen, right? Talking to yourself doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It's one of the healthiest ways to recognize thoughts and emotions. Sometimes your own voice is the only one that truly understands. Facts. It's a love letter to you, to the self voice. This video puts into words what so many people experience but rarely talk about. Self-talk isn't a sign of craziness. Yes, we have established that, right? It's a sign of an active processing mind. The way you explain inner dialogue as emotional regulation, clarity, and self-awareness is incredibly validating. For anyone who's ever felt weird, okay, I gotta go down. For anyone who's ever felt weird or judged for talking to themselves, this is such refreshing and empowering perspective. Sometimes the most honest conversations we have are the ones with our own mind. Right? I shared that story of that next door neighbor that I had, bro. She literally thought I was going crazy. And mind you, at that time, like I was, because as I said, I'm an expressive guy. You know what I'm saying? I like to express out loud. Feel me? So this one time I'm busting lyrics, man. I'm doing the hand motions and everything, bro. And I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm thinking I'm by myself and shit like that. I'm just going crazy. I just heard the song inside the house. I cannot remember what I was doing outside the house, but I was just like, So I'm rapping. Now I'm going to, that next door neighbor, because at that house they had this daughter. That's the daughter that spotted me like reciting these rhymes to myself, right? So I'm the friend to their son, though. The older brother to this daughter. I'm the friend to their son. So I'm walking towards the house and they literally talking about the fact that, yo, he's talking alone. He's doing this. I remember I was like, I snuck up, right? I snuck up towards the door where like I wanted to knock. But then, I heard them talk about it, and then she was laughing, and then, but old people be old people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, thank goodness for old people, because old people are like, they just dismissed it. You know what I mean? They just dismissed, like, oh, okay. But I was like, that's the one time when, expressing some shit out loud by myself, to myself, I was extremely self-aware of that from that moment. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, obviously, and I was a kid at that point. Obviously, it's like, oh damn, this means I'm crazy, right? And mind you, before that, like I've been doing it like the whole time. Ever since I was like a youngin', you know what I'm saying? Playing with my like superhero figurines and, hey, you doing this? No, what you doing? I'm about to kill you. No, what are you doing? Don't take the kids. Come on, bro. You think when a kid is playing like that is not talking alone? They talking alone. But look at what they doing. That's why I never judge that kind of thing, that kind of process, right? I'll never judge it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, more power to you. Right? So I feel like literal geniuses did this kind of thing. Self-conversations like mud, right? Definitely my own best friend, and also am the only person who can make me laugh. In some ways it's sad, but on the other hand, I'll never be alone because I'll always have myself. Yeah, man. Here's another thing, man. Thank goodness for a sense of humor, right? Thank goodness for a sense of humor. Like, because, okay, look, everybody is funny to their own self. That's a fact. Like, you're funny to you. Like, whatever you find funny, you know, something of which, like, you may express, and then I'll just, like, respond with a straight face, like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You might literally find it so freaking hilarious, right? So everybody is funny to their own selves. And so thank God for that sense of reality, though. Think about it. Because I feel like if it wasn't for that, like, you know, life wouldn't have that balance of like, you know, there's this heavy side of the inner world and everything is just like analytical and psychoanalyzing everything. But then, you know, you can find something funny and just like laugh. Like, you can even laugh at yourself, bro. You feel